Hey everyone, this is Lulu, Queen of Hustles. I ask that you like, subscribe, share, and comment. On this channel, I talk about gigs, I talk about testimonies, I talk about world events, I talk about wellness, I talk about, of course, news. Um, and then Thanksgiving Sunday, I talk about Testimony Friday, which is today, Testimony Friday. I got some notes here. I ain't gonna be before you long. Like they say, folks. We ain't gonna be before you long. But anyway, I had to make some notes. First of all, I just want to thank you for the ones that have been viewing my channel and supporting my channel. I had someone to reach out. That has been a pleasant surprise because, to remember that this is YouTube and it goes all over the place, all over the world. And so I had someone to reach out that commented on one of my videos, and it was a pleasant surprise. I haven't seen them in years. I haven't talked to them in years, and it was just really a pleasant surprise. But today is Testimony Friday. And I share, testimonies of other people, but and I have talked about myself, and today will be my testimony. It'll be my testimony today. First and foremost, let's just thank God for the day, because this is a day that we have never seen, and many will never see it. So for that, you just have to be grateful and be thankful. And like I said, I am Lulu with Queen of Hustles. I ask that you like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do have some notes because it was so much coming to me this morning that I just had to start writing it down. It was just so much. And I wanted to do the video. Y'all know I get a little hot. I just turned my heat off. I wanted to do the video this morning, but I knew I wasn't going to have enough time. So please forgive me for looking off. But I'm just going to share. Today is Testimony Friday. And first and foremost, we just thank God for giving us this day. I'm going to talk about, from when I first started this channel to now. This definitely has been a transformation for me. I can see how I have transformed since starting this channel. I can really see that. I can see my growth. I definitely can see that. It started out, how things will choose you. You don't always choose it. It chooses you. And I've had people to tell me for years and years, that I needed to, I think because I vlogged a lot on Facebook, and I shared, and I talked about this. I talked about current events, I talked about all kind of stuff. And I'm sure people just scroll, and then you had some people who was like, hey, you might need to look into, going a little further with that and starting a YouTube channel. And I can see now why I was supposed to start this channel. I really can. I started two for different reasons. That was one, the urging showing me, you need to do this channel, you need to do this channel. And then it was, the monetization. I kept hearing about, oh, well, you can make money with YouTube, but you need to talk about this. Sometimes people don't want the help, and they don't want to hear about your own personal stuff and this and this and that. And it changed. Like, I was like, I'm like, I just want to help, it'd be nice to be able to eventually be monetized. That's the ultimate goal. But to know that if I change someone and help someone, that is the ultimate. That is the ultimate. I have wanted I wanted to share, help women that have been through emotional abuse. I know a lot of women have been through physical abuse, but I wanted to do that. And I didn't want to run my ex in the ground. I didn't want to run him in the ground. Even though Lord knows he deserved it. Let's talk about it. But I didn't want to do that. But I didn't know how can I help people without running them in the ground and But I found a way. And it was through this just where I could help other women that are on the fence. Today is Testimony Friday. I ask that you like, subscribe, share, and comment. And I wanted to help other women. But how could you do that? You got to put your stuff out there. You got to, but God has showed me, how I could be a blessing to women. Because I'm sure somebody watching right now don't know how it's going to go, scared to go, don't have the money to go, sometimes don't have a place to go. But just know that God knows that you're in this season. And he will give you what you need. Is it going to be easy? Nah, ain't going to be easy. I ain't going to lie to you. You probably going to have to get it. But when you get on the other side, you're going to be so much more grateful for being on that other side. I see the funny thing about it, because, the thing about even talking about my ex at the time, I was like, well, I didn't want to do the ugly cry and this and this and that. And now, I could just laugh about it. If I think of the dark stuff, it can make me sad. But for the most part, that's how I know I'm healed. Because I can laugh about it. I don't even get mad like I used to. When I just think his name, I just be fighting mad. But now I just be, Lord, help him. Just Lord, help him. Because he need the help. Lord knows he do. But I'm not mad no more. That's how I know, too. By doing this, this has helped me. And this has healed me. Just to be a face for some, to show them that, hey, if God can do it for me, he can do it for them. I've always been a woman who did tap into a lot of my gifts that God had gave me. Once upon a time, I would say it was like 2016. I wanted to put all this in a guide. I was like, okay, I'm putting it in a guide. I'm going to sell it on eBay. And I actually started a rough draft. I started, writing things down and just because I'm a woman that have a lot of different talents. I call myself the Proverb 31 woman. Okay. And God has really blessed me in that area that I was fearless enough to tap into my gifts. A lot of us have a lot of gifts. But sometimes we get discouraged. We're scared of what other people may think. We're scared of how will we do it. And so then, therefore, we don't tap into all the gifts that God has given us. He gives us all a measure of talent. He gives us all the same 24 hours. No one gets an extra hour. No one. If you're living in the world, no one gets an extra hour. Everybody get the same hours, but not everybody do the same thing. That's for somebody. So you got to get over your hurdle and not be afraid, and all those talents that you know that God gave you. Because wouldn't it be a shame to pass over and then God say, look at all the stuff I wanted you to do. But you were afraid. You were scared. You were your own obstacle. You stood in your own way. Wouldn't that be sad? Wouldn't that be you seeing the king, so that's the beautiful thing, but it'd be like you lived in vain. Like you just was living, but you weren't even tapping into everything that he gave you. You can't do everything, but try to do the most that you can with most of the things that he has given you. You rather try than not try and sit back and woulda, coulda, shoulda, and never. You rather do it and fail than to never know what, if you had took that chance on yourself, just what could have possibly happened. Just what could be. For years and years, y'all know my allergies be bothering me. I get tickled. Anyway, y'all know I get tickled, so it is what it is. But for years and years and years, I used to see thousands of people. I kept having these visions. I've had two main visions that I've had for years and years and years. One of them is I always see this man, but I could never see him from here on up. But I know he has a robe on, and I got a robe on. Let me just, hey, it's called Testimony Friday. We don't know how God gonna do this. And I know I am married to that man. I can't believe I'm saying this. And we both are evangelists. He's a minister, and I'm an evangelist. And he always say, "Baby, get him warmed up for me." I'm sharing this with somebody. And he always say, "Get him warmed up for me." And then I get up, I go to the podium, and I talk to the people, and I get them stirred up real good for him. And then he just come on right on in, and he closed the deal. I had that vision, and I've had that vision for years and years. I've always had it. We don't know when God gonna do that. I don't know. Maybe this next, like, I don't know. I don't know. But I always see myself, I have a white robe on, and he has a white robe on. And it's not a huge church. It's kind of like a small to medium church. And he always say, "Baby, get him started." And then I go get him started. And then he come in and he closed the deal. And that's how we rocking and rolling. I've had that vision for years and years and years. And then I had a vision where I saw myself with thousands of people watching me. This is Testimony Friday. I ask that you like, subscribe, share, and comment. And I am Lulu with Queen of Hustles. I'm sharing this and being transparent because it's only for a moment. And it's somewhere let me say it correctly. It's written. And it's probably going to come to fruition. I think when God keep giving you the same thing over and over and over, it may not go just like you first kind of see it, but then when it starts coming together, it's like, oh, that's what this is. And oh, now I'm doing this. But for years and years and years, I can honestly say probably when I first started having this first, where I really, really kept seeing this over and over and over, I would think it was maybe 2016, 2017. And I kept seeing all these people watching me, thousands of people. And so, people that know me, they know I got other gifts. They know I got the gift of prayer, and I got the gift of, putting hands on folks. I've got the gift. I'm just like them 12 disciples. They had some gifts, but at the same time, they can be some rough characters. You know what I'm saying? And I do know that I have gifts. I do know that I've had anointing on my life for a very, very long time. I sure have. I sure have. But I had saw myself, and I used to tell God, what am I doing? Am I preaching to folks? Where am I at? Where all these people? Because it be just that. I see all these people just, and I'm like, so it scared me because I kept thinking, well, am I going to be in an arena? And, where are all these people coming from? Who are all these people? Where are all these people coming to see me? Me. And the more God has worked on me with this channel, he has showed me these are the people. Because I saw these people for years and years. I see so many people. And I had told my mother, that story. I don't know if she remembered, but I used to just say, Mama, I see all these people. I don't know if I'm going to be preaching. I'm going to be in an arena. I don't know. And this was years ago. I kept seeing it. But I didn't know. And it scared me. The more I think about it, it scared me. I was like, well, Lord, am I going to be talking to people like that? I'm scared to death. But now we know. These are the people. These are the people. You just go on and you get up every day and you like, Lord, what am I going to do with this? And God he be speaking to you. He be sharing things with you. And sometimes you listen and sometimes you don't listen, But when we be obedient, it's a hard thing. It's kind of like with my ex. As bad as I didn't want to, oh, this Testimony Friday. I'm trying to help somebody. Help me, Lord, help me. Never cried on this channel. I've never cried, and I'm not going to cry. Uh, it's hard for people sometimes when you love a person and you don't understand. Sometimes you got to love that person from afar. I'm talking to somebody. That's a hard thing because you be like, I love him, I love him, I love her, but you got to save yourself. I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody. Some people you going to have to love from afar. Some people will never, ever give you what you need. They'll never validate you. God didn't change around. Cause Lord, you know I got my little nose and he changed the whole thing around. You're going to have to bet on you. You're going to have to bet on you. And you're going to have to love that person from afar. Pray for them. Pray that they find their way. Some people you just got to love from afar. Glory to God. And it hurts. Stuff like that hurts. But you have to put yourself before that person. Oh, what you say? You have to do a selfless thing. Not selfish. Selfless. Put you before that person. You've got to save yourself. I'm talking to somebody today. Somebody sitting on the fence, they just sitting right there. They say, oh, Lord, well, I've been with them 7 years. I've been with them 10. I've been with them 20. Make sure it ain't 20 in a day. Make sure it ain't 10 in a day. Because the reason, help me, Lord, the reason you're struggling, because you know you deserve better. I'm trying not to do the ugly cry today. You know you deserve better. And you get mad at yourself. Glory to God. Because you know you deserve better. But you stay. You stay. You stay. You stay because of the finances. You stay because of the zip code. You stay because of the cars. You stay because of the children. You stay because I heard this lady, I was reading this article one time. Love him. His name is David Clark. He used to be a minister, and he got books out about dating narcissistic people. And you know, because I get off track a little bit sometimes. And it was a lady that he had interviewed. I was watching him on YouTube. He interviewed this lady. And this lady talked about, you know, how her husband was a severe narcissist. And how he used to be when they were younger, he was very physically abusive to her. And then it became where he was just emotionally abusive to her. After that, he didn't put his hands on her, but he put his mouth on her. You know, that's somebody used to tell my ex all the time. He used to always say, well, you act like I'm hitting you, act like I'm hitting you just because I this and I cussed and I called you out your name or whatever. And that cut deeper. It cuts deeper. See, you can heal from when somebody hits you. Yeah, that's going to hurt, but you'll heal from that. But when people assassinate you and talk to you like something under their foot and you know you not, it cut deeper. It cuts deep, real deep. For the people that abuse people with their mouths emotionally and you tear people down, that cuts way deeper than you slapping them. It cuts way deeper than you hitting them. It's a different kind of cut. It's a different type of abuse. But back to this lady. It was so sad. She said she had been with this man, I think she said 30 years. And how it started out, he was physically abusive. But now he done beat her spirit down. He ain't got to hit her no more. Because now he just read his voice up, and that's all he got to do. He just talked to her in a loud way, and she know to back down. She know to, get in her place as a woman. And this lady said she knows she needed to leave him because she said she was just a shell of a woman. I saw this. And help me, God. Ooh. Ooh. You know, I don't delete nothing. But she said, and I had my eyes well up for her, wherever she at in the world, Lord bless her. But she said, even though I know he mistreats me and treat me like I'm nothing, help me, God. Oh, whew, whew. Give me 1 minute. Whew. I cry for this lady. I hope she got help. She said that even though she had been with this man for 30 years, and he went from beating her to just all he had to do was raise his voice, and she knew how to respond. She knew to, get in her shell. The sad thing, even sadder than that, was that she said, I know I need to leave. She said, but I'm afraid to be alone. I'm gonna let that sit. Let's talk about it. Even though he didn't treated her, she said he had can't even get the word out now. But he had made her so small. She said like she was something under his foot. And she had been in that abuse for 30 years. And even though she knew she was living in hell on earth, she said, but I'm afraid after I leave, I'll be alone. She said she was more afraid of being alone than being with him and he treating her like she less than. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. That's the battlefield of her mind. He had beat her spirit so much. Help me, God. That she was afraid to be alone. That's for somebody. This lady been married for 30 years. Now, I understand. At the time, I did not understand. God didn't use his little old channel. Hey, when I tell you God do what he wants to do with his little old channel, he does what he wants to do. I'm Lulu with Queen of Hustles. I ask that you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Now I understand. I had a hair client. I did her hair for many, many years, and she retired from the post office, and she used to go to the casinos all the time. And she had been married for 50 years. And I remember one day she came, and she was just cute as she could be. She had blonde hair. And I used to do her hair in Austin, Texas, and she came to me for years. And she was wonderful. She wonderful tipper, gave me wonderful gifts. And one day she comes, she's like, she had a little pepper in her step. And I say, I think her name was, what was her name? Her name was like Eva May or something like that. And I said, what kind of step you got going on today? And she said, girl, my divorce was final today. Because she been married for 50 years. And I told her, it ain't no damn way. I said, girl, I ain't leaving no man after 50 years. He gonna go in his room, I'm gonna go in my room. But I understand now. Because she told me, she said, I'm tired. She said, I'm just tired. And she said, we gonna sell the house. Now keep in mind, if she been married for 50 years, how old do you think she was? And I would think she probably was like in her early 70s at the time. And she said, girl, we gonna sell the house. And I'm buying me a place. I'll never forget. And I tell you what, that's just what she did. She divorced him. She said she was sick of him. And she been sick of him a long time. But she never would leave. But she said after 50 years, she had had enough. And so they sold the house. And she bought her a townhouse. I said, girl, you got your, she said, I said, you got your townhouse. And she said, yeah, girl. She had the cutest little voice. And she said, girl, I ain't got but this much yard, and I love it. And that lady would go up and down the highway, going to casinos. She used to go to Shreveport, Lake Charles. It wasn't Coshada. She used to go to Shreveport a whole lot. And she was just up and down the road, up and down the highway. I believe she was originally from, I think she was originally from New Orleans or something like that. But anyway, she retired from the post office in Austin. But at that time, I couldn't understand. I was probably in my early 30s. I am 56 as of today. And at that time, I couldn't understand. Like, how you leave been married man 50 years? I understand. Now I get it. Full circle moment. Now I get it. I get why she said enough was enough. And she, you know, it took courage for her to do that. It took courage. 50 years. And at first, I said, well, hell, is she having a breakdown? But I understand. I have to admit, baby, this YouTube done its own little thing. But now I get it. Because only you know when you didn't have enough. And when your tide is tired, that's when it's time to go. Don't be afraid on how you going to do this, how you going to, a lot of times it's going to be hard. If you ain't got a whole lot saved, you ain't got a lot to fall back on, it's going to be hard. But baby, the peace, you can't even match it. I sleep real good at night. When I tell you I sleep good, I sleep real good. I don't have to deal with all the verbal mess and the drunk nights and the this and the baby. I can write a bestseller and calling me everything but a child of God. And then we get up the next day and act like it never happened. That's a clear casebook of a narcissist and never really apologize. Where you feel it is fake. It's cold, it's icy. Because why? Hurting people hurt people. Broken people will try to make you broke. They'll try to break you. They'll try to break you. And so all you can do is really pray for those people. Pray they get it right before they close their eyes. That's all I can say. But I'm going to end it with this. I remember when I was working for the governor of Texas. I worked for the governor for 6.5 years. And we had a director there. And his name was Tom, Mr. Tom. And just as sweet as pie. When I tell you he was sweet, he was a very, very nice man. He was a Caucasian man. And I would think probably he may have been in his, at that time, probably his late 40s. He may have been about maybe mid 50s, something like late 40, early 50s. And he was just as sweet as he can be. And just nice. But I don't know what happened because he was a director. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened or what happened. But I remember they demoted him. Now, he was a director. And everybody was whispering, you know, all the water cooler talk. Everybody knew. But they knew he had been demoted. And they knew that, you know, his position had been taken. And we had some Trumpsters up in there. I ain't gonna lie to you. We had some cut, you know, they could smile at you and cut your throat at the same time. You know, it's a whole different world. That's a whole different animal. So, yeah, I get it with Trump. That's a whole different animal. But anyway, you could see his pride was hurt. You could see he was hurt. And because he was up here. Now he been caduced down here, but he going right on. He was like a little team leader, but he just went right on about his business. And while he went on, he was applying for other jobs. And one day he came through there and I said, I said, Mr. Tom, I said, it's going to be okay. I was sitting at the front desk because I worked in the front, and I was an assistant to our executive director. So a lot of people would see me when they, came through the corridor. And I told Mr. Tom, I said, Mr. Tom, it's going to be okay, because I could see the hurt. And then one day he come up there and he called me Lou. A lot of them call me Lou, L-O-U, Lulu, and my birth name, they would say my name and put May in the middle. They used to call me my name and May, my legal name. And this video is long, but I'm just getting it out here. And I remember Mr. Tom, one day he come through there because he had been sad. You see his head down because everybody know he had been demoted. Like, down 3 positions demoted. And one day he had a little pep in his step. He didn't quit. He kept going. And one day I said, Mr. Tom, I said, what you doing? And he said, hey, I got me a job. And I said, well, because a lot of people always came up there and talked to me. They just love to talk to me all the time. God was already planting the seed. Okay, let's talk Betty. And I said, you got a job? And he said, yeah. He said, I'm not going to take my family. He said, we're a real nice home. And he was telling me. And he said, but I'm going to take the job. He said, I've taken a job. He said, I said, what? I'm way up there in the front whispering. I never told nobody. He told me that. He said, I'm leaving. He said, I got what I wanted. He said, and I'm on my way out. He said, Lou, he said, I always keep this in mind. He said, sometimes when people throw you lemons, he said, you got to take those lemons and you make the sweetest lemonade you can. He said, that's what you do. I said, well, Mr. Tom, that sounds like a winner to me. And that's how it went. And Mr. Tom got him another position as a director. And he went and he said he gonna work up at that position. He went somewhere upstate. And he said, he said, after I'm there about 5 or 6 months, he said, I'm gonna come see my family. He said, then I can send for my family. We're gonna sell the home. I said, you didn't let him run yet? He said, no, I didn't let him run me out, Lou. I said, well, God dang it, that's what I'm talking about. This is for somebody. This is for somebody today. It starts with you. Even when the world try to beat you down and people try to beat you down, you take them sour lemons and you make the sweetest lemonade you have ever had. And do not look back. It's their loss. I am Lulu with Queen of Hustles. I ask that you like, subscribe, share, and comment. And that's my time. And today is Testimony Friday. Peace.